Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya and today's video is going to be about breastfeeding. I have my handy dandy little notebook here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at, because I have lots of things that I want to talk about. I want to cover the beginning of breastfeeding and what helped me in the beginning, things like latching and breastfeeding in public, pain, mastitis, and then also weaning, because I just recently weaned my daughter off of the boob, and I want to talk about that as well. So I want to go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that helped me in the beginning is nipple shields. So I will, I know it's a funny word. I will insert a picture of a nipple shield somewhere right here, and it's just a little rubber thing that you use so your baby can latch on. So my daughter Isla had a little bit of trouble latching on. She did eventually do it in the hospital, but she would just kind of like hang out there and look at me. She didn't do anything. So she wasn't getting anything. So they gave me a nipple shield, and it helped so much. I don't even think I would have been able to breastfeed really if it wasn't for it, and I really wanted to breastfeed. So I used it and it was great, and she got milk and it was awesome. But the only bad thing about a nipple shield is that it's really hard for newborns to latch on correctly with it, because they are really kind of big and it's really hard to get them to latch on correctly. And that's the next thing I'm going to be talking about, is latching. So latching is really, really important. You want to make sure that your baby has a good latch, and I did not do a very good job of it the first week or two, because honestly I was very tired. I was really tired, and she was getting milk, so I was like, whatever, it's fine, it hurts, but it's fine. Yeah, it hurts. When your baby has an incorrect latch, it hurts so bad. But I was just like, it's fine. Like, I knew this was gonna hurt. But the thing is, you can get mastitis from having an incorrect latch. You can get mastitis from having, from lots of different things, like being engorged and everything like that. And it's from, mastitis is when you get clogged ducts. And it's very painful. I got a fever, I had to get antibiotics, and so I had to correct her latch so I didn't get mastitis again. So I had to just slowly take away the nipple shield, just day by day. Each feeding or every other feeding, I would take away the nipple shield, and she finally was able to latch on correctly, and I didn't have mastitis again. But I would definitely recommend fixing an incorrect latch as quickly as possible, because you do not want to get that. It is no joke. It's not fun. And if you hear my daughter, she's like right here playing. Hi, baby.
No.
I know. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. 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 So yes. I don't know what I was talking about, but yes. I want to talk a little bit more about mastitis. Mastitis, if you do have mastitis, you can see it. Your breast can get really itchy. It can get red. It can get. It's very painful as well. You'll know if you have mastitis. Honestly, it's breastfeeding is painful, but it is very, very painful. It'll most likely just be on one side. Mine was, I think, on both. Like, I felt it on both sides, but it's just very painful and like tender, and you can get a fever. So if you have mastitis, please go to the doctor and get antibiotics, because it sucks. Hi, babe. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I need this. Can I have that?
No.
Okay. Well, Isla's gonna be in this video. She's probably gonna be in every single video that I make. So. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay, and also she's playing literally right out there, and I can see her, so no worries. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is pumping. Pumping is something that I wish I had done a lot more consistently. I was pumping in the hospital, and then I got home, and I started breastfeeding, and that was so much easier. When you're tired and you have a newborn, you just want to do what's easiest, just being honest. And so breastfeeding was just easiest for me. I didn't really want to pump. I pumped here and there. But eventually I just wasn't able to pump anything. I wasn't even able to pump a full bottle of milk, even with both sides combined. Like, at the end of the day, nothing. So I definitely recommend if you want to pump, even if you think that you want to pump if you want to bottle feed in the future, please pump consistently. Don't do what I did and like kind of pump, kind of not pump. If you even think that you want to pump in the, gosh, I keep messing that up. Even if you think you want to bottle feed in the future, I would recommend pumping as consistently as possible. I wouldn't even leave out a couple days because your body gets used to breastfeeding. At least that's what happened in my case, and I wasn't able to pump anything. So the next thing I want to talk about is breastfeeding in public. So this is kind of a, I don't know, touchy subject for some people. I don't know why, but some people get offended when you breastfeed in public, obviously. I have not had anyone come up to me and say anything weird when I breastfeed in public or have breastfed in public. No one has stared at me or anything like that, but I know it happens. For me, I dealt with a lot of anxiety when it came to breastfeeding in public. I was very nervous. My daughter wouldn't even let me use a cover. She would just like rip it off. She wouldn't even breastfeed if I had it on, so I couldn't use a cover. But when you have to feed your baby, you have to feed your baby. And I did not like the fact that people were trying to like hide me away. I do understand that sometimes you want a quiet space to just breastfeed your baby or like have them take a nap or something, but sometimes you just kind of want to breastfeed your baby and keep doing what you're doing. So one thing that I would just recommend is kind of ripping off the Band-Aid and just doing it and breastfeeding in public. And I know that is better said than done, but coming from someone who dealt with a lot of that anxiety and nervousness and trying to hide myself away and going into the dressing room at the store and doing it, or it's so much unnecessary just worry that I wish I didn't put myself through. So I would just recommend ripping off the Band-Aid and just doing it. If people stare at you, just smile and go about your business. It's just, people get uncomfortable when boobs are out. It's apparently a thing that people are offended when you breastfeed your baby, and I don't want to get flustered in this video, but yeah, I went through so much unnecessary anxiety, and the moment I decided to just do it and not care what people thought, not care if people were uncomfortable, it just made my life so much easier. So yeah, if you can do it, if you can just, first time you go out, just just rip off the Band-Aid and go for it. Yeah, I definitely wish that I had done that. Okay, so the next thing is, oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the wrong page. Weaning. Okay, now we're on to weaning. So I have just recently weaned my daughter off of the boob, and I'm very excited because I've been wanting to do this for months now, but it's something that I've really struggled with. She definitely was kind of, I like to say she was addicted to the boob because she kind of was. Sometimes she didn't even want to eat real food. She just wanted to breastfeed all day long. It was mostly a comfort thing. She didn't really actually need it that much anymore, and it was just like every 5 minutes I feel like she was breastfeeding, and I was kind of over it, and I feel like when it gets to that point, it's time to stop. So the first thing that I did was I started to get us on a schedule, and I think this is really important because it's hard to wean them off when they're just kind of doing it whenever they want. So we got on a schedule. I breastfed her in the morning. I breastfed her. She's tucking in Mr. Potato to go night-night. Oh, is he going night-night? Yeah. Yeah? I breastfed her before her nap and after her nap, and then I breastfed her before she went to bed. And that was a lot. I mean, it was 4 times a day, but it was a lot less than what we were doing. So once I got on a schedule, it was already, I was already breastfeeding her a lot less than I was before. So then I just slowly took away those feeding times. So the first one I think I took away was the morning one. And so instead of breastfeeding her in the morning, I warmed her up some almond milk and I put a little bit of honey in it, and I gave that to her, and that's just a drink that she really enjoys. So she wouldn't even ask to be breastfed in the morning because she would just like chug that down. And then the next one I did was at night. And so that was hard because she would breastfeed and then she would fall asleep. But I would just walk around with her and kind of do our little night routine and put her down, and that was honestly, it wasn't that bad. And then I took away the one after her nap. That was fine. I just did the whole, yes. The nose? Nose? Don't pick your nose. That one was honestly okay. I would just give her a snack, or I would give her her little almond milk tea, we call it tea. And then the hardest one was the one before the nap, because even now she struggles to have a nap, and I have to kind of walk around with her like she's an infant before she takes a nap, and that's something I'm still working on. But yeah, that one was the hardest. I honestly just had to deal with some crying and screaming, and poor baby had to kind of tough it out for a couple of days. But after about 3 or 4 days, she kind of knew that I wasn't going to give it to her anymore. And now she'll ask for it, like, occasionally. Like, she'll be like, boop, or like she'll like grab at my shirt, and I'll just be like, no more, all gone. And sometimes she'll whine a little bit, but most of the time she's just like, okay, and she'll go play. So that's how I did it. I would just kind of substitute breast milk with almond milk, or sometimes I would give her chocolate almond milk or something like that. Just something to kind of fill the void, I guess. And after about a week or so, oh, bye? No, we're not going bye-bye yet. Oh, we're not going bye-bye yet. Mwah. I don't know what I was saying. After about a week or so, she was fine. Bye-bye. Okay, ready to go bye-bye. Well, that's really all I had to say about breastfeeding. I really hope I hit all the topics that I wanted to hit.
Bye-bye.
I guess we're going bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! You want to press the button? Bye!